you guys should be able to see my screen now. Wait 1 second. Actually, you might not. Okay, but you guys should be able to see my screen now. This is Enforcer stream right here. Can you guys see everything fine?
Yeah, I can see.
Gotcha, perfect.
Yeah, I can see.
Who said no they couldn't see it?
Good to go.
Me, I did. All I see is Keanu Reeves.
Huh? Oh. Let me see. Oops. What about now? Same thing?
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
I'm good now.
Okay. Alright, so first thing I already noticed is, and I'll let one of you guys answer this, so what's wrong here on his defense? Again, so I see that you're utilizing like the meta setup, which is good. So you have a good whereabouts of, kind of the best defense in the game. So I do like that, but there is something wrong here. Can anyone notice it?
Shouldn't you flip the D to match the other side?
Yeah, exactly, Mark. So you want to have your auto flip set to on. What auto flip set to on does is it will automatically have the slot cornerback match up on the strong side of the formation here. So what's going to happen here is it's going to be really difficult to guard, this bunch side of the formation. Again, it's just a numbers game here. So again, obviously you have these 3 targets on, the right half of the field here. Again, you want the defense to be aligned with that so you can guard these flood concepts, because right now, again, there's really only 2 defenders that can really guard the sideline here, and it's this outside cornerback and it's this linebacker. And the problem here is this linebacker, even if it's a safety linebacker, he's going to have trouble defending getting out to the flats here. So again, you do want to have that slot cornerback aligned on this side, and especially when we get into more like advanced courses, like the hybrid court or the ultimate defensive domination, like you want to have the option sometimes to man up, their slot receiver to kind of bracket this guy. So again, you want to have.
Oops.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. So I just wanted to say that you always said that to me, when we practice or whatever, and I only have it on auto flip. I've never had it not. So I'm wondering if, it'd be nice to know, Enforcer, do you have it on auto? Because sometimes it just does this.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Definitely got to have it on auto. Sorry, Manu. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good. You're good. Does that make sense though, Enforcer, as to why like you would want the slot on the strong side?
Yeah, it makes a lot. It makes a lot more sense now, because the reason I took it off of auto, because like like Big Fo said, when I had it like that before, it'll like have 3 people on that side and then have the slot on the other side, and I still get beat and I get mad. So I just took it off, and then I started winning. So I was like, all right, let me just keep that off.
Gotcha. Okay, I would have to visually see that, but what you could do too is like you want to be flipping it maybe as soon as you come out the huddle. So I'm not exactly elaborate a little bit more. So you said when you had auto flip on, what was happening?
Like I have auto flip on, and sometimes it's like, say it's like lined up right here, the slot guy are lined up right there, but they already have they're flip the play.
Oh, okay. So then you gotta flip the defense with them.
Yes.
So yeah. So if they do that, you'll have auto flip on again, or you just reset the play. That'll work as well. So when they flip their bunch again, either reset the play or you gotta hit square. It's square or X if you're on Xbox, and then flip. Because when you have auto flip on, it can be frustrating this way too, because again, then you're gonna always have, it's gonna be really tough to defend like corner routes to this side, because again you have one less defender over here who's usually over there. Because again, obviously bunch is really strong to the side because get the 3 receivers, so and you want as many resources over there as you can. Also, okay, another thing too is when you're running this blitz here. So it is good that you're utilizing, like, again, this is probably the best defense. So I do like that you're utilizing this. So you want to make sure you're hovering right over the center here. G, G, do you want to explain why?
Yeah, because you'll get it. It's very glitchy. You'll get an instant shed. It's like all you gotta do is just like you bump the DT and then you go right back and you'll get an instant shed on either side. It don't matter if you spreading or if you pinching down. You'll get an instant shed. That's like one of the best blitzes in the game.
Yeah. Oh, is that the one where it's just like, damn? No, that was fluky. That was definitely fluky. So what's going on in your mind right now after this? Definitely.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm talking too fast. Let me know.
Oh no, that was good explanation.
Man, that like see, when plays happen, I'm sorry, when plays happen like that, it takes my whole mind off of the game. I'm it just kills me.
Yeah. So honestly, there again, that's where you want to be utilizing like just deep breaths. Seriously, it does help calm you down. You know, just inhale for like, breathe in for like 5 seconds and exhale and repeat that over and over. Again, you'll see like a lot of pros do that too, like on the stage where you'll see them taking deep breaths throughout the game. So it just kind of help calm you down some. That's something that I do a lot. That does help. Also, kind of back to the other point, the reason you want to be hovering right over the DT is because it kind of tricks one of the linemen into thinking that you're blitzing. So it kind of creates the illusion that 6 people are coming, but really it's only 5 people coming, so you get a free rusher. So the reason why the pros really like this defense, or it's a really popular defense, is because again you're sending 5 versus 5. But the thing is, again, once you're up right over this DT, again, that lineman's going to be tricked into thinking, oh, man, he's blitzing here. So a lot of times somebody will run free. So that's why you want to be down with your user in the box.
Well said. Well said.
Yeah. But honestly, I like...
Stuff,
oh, go ahead.
I got a quick question. Like, is sometimes I'll do what you said and, like, I'll just instantly shit in, and I'll move the line, my defensive line to the right, I believe. They go that way, like, I don't know, guys. But I shit right through there. Is it best to keep the nose guard over the center and just hover over him?
Yeah, that's actually a great question. So, again, if you're looking to stop the run, I think it's better to shift the defensive line. So, say if it's like a 1st and 10, and your opponent really has tendencies of like running the ball a lot on 1st and 10, then I would go ahead and shift the line because, like you said, it's easy to shoot in, right?
It depends, but also depends on what type of run it is. Like, is it a shotgun run versus a under center run? Because like shotgun runs, I would probably like slide my line towards the slot receiver, and I could be able to shoot inside.
Mm-hmm.
And then under center runs, it's so fucking tricky, man. I was like, you could think you have a good run D setup, but you really don't when it comes to under center runs.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know how sometimes I spy, sometimes I spread my line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if it's like a shotgun like this, also a big thing right here is, does someone want to take this one? A big issue here on his user. I'll go back. So you don't want to use your linebackers in this game unless you have, I guess, what's it called? Like lurker. The reason why you don't want to use our linebacker is because, again, EA put this feature into the game 2 years ago to where linebackers they don't animate properly. So you'll probably notice, like, man, you were so close to the ball and they just didn't animate. Again, EA did that like intentionally a couple years ago. So linebackers really, they don't jump well, they don't animate. So you want to sub in a safety at linebacker.
So the only way they animate is like if you get a throw out of sight animation.
Yeah. So that's why a lot of people too, they'll come out in this 3-5 formation, and they'll sub in safeties at linebacker, and then they'll audible the 55 wide, so they'll have safeties everywhere. So more speed, and you'll be able to animate. Does that make sense, Enforcer?
Yeah, it does. I switched them out because it was I had them fully uploaded. It was the 99 Keekly, and I wanted to see how he reacted.
Yeah, definitely. So starting to see. So it's like the recurring theme. So that's the biggest thing you want to work on for next time is making sure that you're hovering right over this DT. That's going to make a world's difference because, again, you're sending 5 versus 5, or actually. So again, you want to make sure you're blitzing the entire defensive line here when you're blitzing. So again, if you want to get pressure versus someone that sends 5 out, again, you want to be blitzing everybody, and you pinch the linebackers, and you want to again hover right over this DT. What's going to happen is there's going to be like a little bar that comes up over your user. When that bar pops up, that's when you know that you're close enough to the line, and that's going to distract someone. Then you can kind of run down the line a little bit. So again, it's just kind of creating the illusion that you're sending 6 people, when in reality it's only 5 and somebody comes free. Does that make sense?
Hey, Manu.
Hey.
Hey, real quick. I know I'm probably not the level that you guys are, but also if you're audibling from 335 down to wide and getting the safeties in there, on the contains, the safeties can actually intercept a quick pass, like a bubble or something like that, whereas linebackers don't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so you definitely want to have those safeties in. And I'm glad you joined us, D-Live. How's everything going with you?
Good, man. Good.
It's good.
Enjoying.
Yeah. And also next week, if you're available, D-Live, I'd like to have you up next for like the live coaching session.
Okay. Yeah. Usually weekdays are better for me, but whatever, just let me know and I can make it happen.
Yeah, and we can do like next Tuesday at 8 again.
Yeah, that works perfect for me.
Gotcha. Oh my God. I'll say that's pretty crazy again. So, you're so that was a. No, I will say too, you kind of got like an official stream set up as well, but no, that's definitely pretty unfortunate. So again, that's just like you gotta take the deep breaths and say like, okay, I just gotta get 7 here. There's one good play at a time. So kind of like some insight from that drive as well is I noticed I like the way that you started that drive though, having your zone drop set to 30. And you probably should have picked off that crossing route. Yeah, I'm pretty unfortunate for him to catch that. But again, I always tell people like you want to start off your drives, set your flat zones to 30. Again, you want to make them work on those first drives. You don't want to give up you don't want to have a 2 or 3 play drive. Then for later in the game, it's just like, man, I don't know what he likes to call in certain situations. Whereas in that first drive, if you force him to have like a 10 play drive, just like you're gonna remember for later in the game. Oh, okay, I've seen this play plenty of times. Like he's gonna go to this verticals play here on 3rd and 7. So again, first drive. Just make sure they have a big drive or force them to have a longer drive. So I like that you had the flat zone set to 30.
Okay.
So what do you typically run on offense? Is this
Oh my God.
I run the Saints playbook.
Gotcha.
And I run.
You don't have a type of scheme?
Nope. I just go out there and run.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, let's see. What's the first plan? But yeah, so we kind of work on a game plan with you in this. Okay. So yeah, I can kind of tell you seem like a little scattered brain on this first drive. So you don't really have like a set plays to go to maybe. That's what I got out of that first play. Even though you didn't call a play, I felt like you were kind of all over the place there. Am I?
Yep.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah,
Okay.
No, you're right. I was everywhere.
Gotcha. Okay. No, and that's
It's
honestly
take advantage of setting your favorites.
setting the audibles. So what you want to do on these when you're developing like a base play is you want to make sure to kind of work around the crossing routes. Again, like we talked about on defense. So I like what you're doing on defense. You were setting those flat zones to 30, right? Now give it the big plays, and you kind of want to have the same mindset on offense. So again, test someone to see if they have their zone drops on. So again, if somebody is giving up those deeper portions of the field, you want to make sure to take advantage of that, because again, don't make it harder on yourself than it needs to be. You know, if they're letting you score in 2 plays, then it puts a lot of pressure back on them when they get back on offense. You know, this is something I went over with G like a while back. I remember G was like the 5-play master, and you know, same for me. Like, yeah,
Check down Charlie.
Yeah.
They call me the black cat.
Yeah.
Call me the black Mac Jones out here.
Yeah. No, but no, I honestly used to be the same way as well. So again, you want to mix up the parts of the field that you're attacking. So, but if again those first drives, you want to test them deep. You know, if they're giving up those big plays, you want to make sure to take them. Because again, there's a lot of fluke in man. There's like if you're throwing hitches, you know, underneath, you know, running back out routes. Eventually, you know, someone more opportunities to fumble. I'm sure you've seen like the D line come in, swat down passes. So make it easy on yourself. So, biggest thing I would look for is, so I do see that you're utilizing the pull routes. I like that. So basically, what that means is, again, you have like a streak on the outside that's going to push back the deep blues, and then you have, you know, kind of a high-low concept over here on the left part of the field. So again, what most people do is, oh, this guy had like 2 flat zones in the same area. I don't know what this guy's doing, but again, no, I like this route combination here, because again, most people are going to have only one defender dedicated towards the sideline. So to attack that, again, you want to have a low route and then a high route, and that's what you did here. A play I'd like to see you add into your offense is, you know, the crossing route from B. Let me fast forward. Oh, so do you go to different? Okay, do you mainly run this Trey Y flex?
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because I know because I usually cross A, the tight end across, and I know that's wide open pretty much every time.
The Saints playbook was good like last year.
Okay, one thing I'm noticing is, I do want to see you involve like that crossing route, because the crossing route is probably the best route in this formation. So you know how like when you're utilizing those corner routes, you know how you're utilizing that streak route, right? The push back at deep blue.
Yeah.
So you want to do the same thing when you have this crossing route on the field. And yeah, right here, again, we got to revolve. We got to get more crossing routes in your offense, because right now everybody's kind of running to the same, like these 2 streaks are going to run to the same part of the field. So really like 2 zones or 1 zone can guard both of these receivers because they're running right next to each other. So when you're going about developing your plays, again, a big important part of it is spacing. So again, the best setup you've used is like, again, that streak route with the corner route, and then the underneath flat route, because again, there's a good space between each receiver, so the zones just kind of have to pick and choose, whereas in a play like this, again, both of these guys are right next to each other, so the deep half can play both of them. Again, so I think a good play for you in this formation is, and I would write this down, is, you know, the crossing route play. I think it's PA crossers, I believe. And then I would put my tight end, I'd put the tight end on a streak, because again, that's going to push back the deep blues. And again, it's going to pull the deep blues back, and that's what's going to open up this crossing route over the middle of the field. Then, to kind of complement that, then you want to have like a route, a low route. So just like you were doing when you ran the corner route play, again, you had the low route and then the high corner route. Again, when you run the crosser, again, that's kind of your high route. Then you want a low route underneath as well with like a drag or like an in route. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And yeah, that's something I go over a lot in. So you should have the Madden 101 course unlocked right now, and that's a big thing that we go over. And there is developing a base play or working on attacking certain coverages, and we'll go over in there like revolving around your base plays around like the crossing routes and the corners, because again those crossing routes are going to do a great job of getting over the top of flat zones and hooks, and they get underneath of those deep blues. As long as you have like that pull route with the streak, because again that streak is going to push back the deep blues. So again, you want to, and I saw you. I liked how you had the corner routes going. I like that. So I would definitely work in that crossing route a lot more.
Okay.
Yeah. Because again, a lot of times people don't, like you had it. You had your zone drop set to 30. A lot of times people won't have their zone drop set, and they'll just give up that crossing route a lot.
Yeah, not especially in the beginning of the game.
Yeah. So again, the problem with this play is that again we don't have the pull routes here. So again, you're utilizing the crossing play, but instead you want to have this tight end on a streak, because when you only have like the crossing route from X, again he's like this deep blue out here. Again, his responsibility is this deep sideline, but since there's nobody really running towards the deep sideline, he can just full on play this crossing route. But if you have like a streak route here, again, he's going to be able to play, or the streak route is going to occupy that deep zone, and it's going to open up that crossing route. So again, I would make sure to look into the pull route section in Madden 101, as well as like attacking, the cover 2s, cover 3s, cover 4s. I think that would be a helpful section. And also too, like, you want to utilize sharp cutting crossing routes, but again, you don't want the routes to be too deep, because again this deep post, it's running a little too deep, and even if you have a streak, again the inside third he's gonna kind of play both. So again, you want to look for crossing routes that run about 20 yards. So kind of like this tight end one you have here is good, but again you want to have like a streak on that side to open it up. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So did you have any other questions from your film? I think we watched a little bit more on the defense, but I think those were like the two biggest issues I noticed was on defense, again, making sure that you're hovering on defense. That's going to make a world of difference. Making sure you have that safety in at linebacker, and then as well as on offense, again, delving more into that Madden 101 course, looking into like attacking the different coverages and utilizing pull routes. Again, getting and involving that crossing route more in your game, and again, I would write down the PA crossers play. Again, streak your tight end, and then flat and drag the outside receiver. So I'll go back to it. So yeah, on this play, like right here, I would streak the tight end. That's gonna push back the deep blues. I would flat this receiver right here, and you see my mouse cursor, right?
Yeah.
I would flat this receiver. What that's going to do is it's going to pull this flat zone here. It's going to pull it towards the outside, and that's going to allow this drag route to get open over the middle of the field here. Because again, this flat zone is going to be occupied by the flat route, and then again the drag is going to get open underneath. And then the biggest worry when you're attacking over the middle of the field is the user defender. But again, since we have that high-low, again, the cross is going to be running 20 yards deep. The cross is going to be like 5 yards underneath, so the user is going to have to make a decision, if he wants to go the drag or the crosser. Because again, the thing about the drag route is there's always going to be a window to throw it. Because there's a hook zones won't guard it forever. So again, I would work in that crossing route a lot more in offense. Again, I like the play you have with the corner route and the flat and the streak. That's a good play. I would just complement it with this crossing play as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you have any questions or concerns?
No. Just need to take a deep breath.
Yeah. No, I honestly, yeah, in playing in these games, no, I totally get it. Like, it is, like, Madden is super, it's infuriating for everybody. It's frustrating. There's a lot of fluky stuff that happens. Like, man, honestly, dude, they gotta do like a study on Madden. Like, I swear, like, Madden leads to higher levels of depression, like anger. Like, it's crazy playing this game. Like like it should come like when you buy, man. It should come with like some life insurance or like health insurance, because it definitely can raise some blood pressure at times. So I feel you on that. Like you're not alone on that, but it definitely helps. Taking the deep breaths and trying to relax. But definitely the deep breaths will kind of get your blood pressure down a little bit. And again, everybody, it gets to them at some points. Even pros,
Okay.
Yeah.
I know it definitely gets to me.
Yeah. I mean, shoot, Mark over here, freaking broke his hand playing this game. So, it's definitely.
Yeah, I'm mad at him for that. You took a little bit too far. Yeah.
No. But
Yes, if the game get that serious,